Alright, next Audrey film is My Fair Lady. Like I said, this was the film I was watching last year when my cat Chloe passed away. And so like I've been starting it and not finishing it because there's a part in it where she had passed on. So it's kind of hard. But we watched it last night the whole way through, and it is one of my favorite movies. I did my top 20 favorite films, and I believe it was up there in my top. But it is one of my favorite movies. I know Audrey did not like this experience. It was a really bad film experience for her, but I just love this movie a lot. It's really well acted, and they were trying to remake it with Keira Knightley, and I was like, F you. I don't know if it's still going, but they are. I don't even know who could play Henry Higgins because Henry Higgins was met Rick Harrison. Just the attitude of Henry Higgins was the same kind of attitude that Rick Harrison had. They're kind of the same person. So for Rick Harrison to play Henry Higgins, it was just a perfect casting, perfect choice. And I don't know who in the world could ever pull off Henry Higgins like Rick Harrison could. He was a character that you wouldn't like you because he's mean or he's like treating people badly, but the way Vic Harrison does it, he's so likable because you understand underneath all that he just wants Eliza to be the best person she can. She wants her to be educated, and he wants her to achieve what she sets out to. He does it in a way that might be considered harsh or mean, but he believes that she can do it no matter what his words are. His actions speak louder, and he really does care about her, and he wants her to do well, and they have this interesting relationship. I kind of call it the anti-romance story because there really isn't any romance between them in the whole movie. I mean, the end, there's a whole scene at the end where she's at his mother's house, and he comes and they have this whole discussion, and the whole ending of that, all the lines that he says to her, every one of them was just so sweet, and I'm just like, I loved him completely like admitting that he missed her and that he needed her around, and there was kind of a romance part of it in a way, but even then it wasn't like typical, romance. There was no kiss, there was no I love yous, there was none of that. It was just you know anti-love, I guess. I just love this. It's such a unique thing, and it's come. You have these movies now where they take the poor woman or poor girl and they transform her and make her into like the popular girl or whatever. But My Fair Lady, that wasn't Henry Higgins' goal was to make her popular. He wanted her to become a lady, and he got her to be a lady. So yeah, he did it. But I just love this movie. I think I mentioned this before, but my favorite scene would have to be when she is at the races with Henry Higgins and Colonel Pickering, yeah, and Henry Higgins' mother, and she started talking about how her aunt was killed for a straw hat, and she does it in the posh like voice, like you know the sophisticated voice, and it is so hilarious the way she just talks about it, and it's just like so proper about it, and it's just like the most inappropriate conversation ever, but it's just so it is hilarious, and I love when Freddie starts laughing at her and she goes, "What are you sniggering at? Have I said something that I oughtn't?" I love that line, and I've been wanting to use that in everyday conversation for some time, but I know it never comes up at the right time. And even if I do, no one will understand. But what are you sniggering at? I love her. She was so funny. Uh, that part. Um, yeah, so if you haven't seen My Fair Lady, you really should. It's an amazing movie. And it's not one of those where it's not that long, I guess, like maybe over 2 hours or so. But it's not one of those where I'm like, can it just end? Because sometimes even my favorite movies, I'm just like, come on, this end. But this one, I don't want it to. It's just so wonderful. So, yeah, that is all. 5 out of 5, 2 thumbs up, and that is all.